Hey friends, I am so excited to be back here with you this spring of 2025. I know I took quite a bit of a break for the last probably about a month and a half actually, and I am looking forward to bringing you more content, but I do want to share with you where I've been, what's been going on. There's a huge update I have for you that I'll share with you later in the video, but for today, we are going to go ahead and clean out my refrigerator. We are going to make some yummy muffins that I made for the first time, and we are going to prep a bunch of produce for the week that I bought grocery shopping, and so let's go ahead and get started on those great things. If you're new here, my name is Lizzy Reyes. I love all things cooking, cleaning, decorating, and the like. If that's your kind of content, I would love it if you stick around and subscribed and become a part of our community here on Homemaking with Lizzy. Now, just to get things started, let's go ahead and clean out my refrigerator. So I feel like I clean out my refrigerator very differently than most influencers or creators or anybody like that on the internet. Everything is very aesthetic and it all gets put back all at once and taken out all at once and cleaned all at once. But when I'm talking about, things that are refrigerated and perishable, if I have to, run and grab some kids from school or my toddler needs something, I can't just have all my food sitting out on the counter and possibly have something go bad. So what I do is just do it in sections or by shelves, and I take that whole shelf off and clean the shelves off, the sides and the walls of the refrigerator, and then I put everything that I want to have go back onto that shelf placed back. So it's not a very pretty process, but it was a very necessary one, let me tell you, because my refrigerator was in dire need of being cleaned. I am embarrassed to even say how long it's been. It had a funky smell. Not like something was rotting, because actually I didn't find any bad food in my refrigerator. I've been pretty good about staying up on those things, but as far as like wiping it down and actually cleaning the refrigerator itself, it's been a really long time. So it had a funky, just icky refrigerator smell, and so I just decided that that moment was the moment I was ready to clean the refrigerator, and so I got it done. The things I'm doing today actually don't take place on the same days. They are different tasks that I have broken up into times where I have the energy or just the time to get it done. And so if this is the kind of place you're in life where you have to fit these kinds of extra things in where they fit, don't feel bad that you didn't get them all done in one whole day. So I'm just here to tell you that it's normal. You're normal. It's not realistic to always get these things done consecutively. Sometimes it is, and those are rare days, right? But yeah, it's normal, and it can be frustrating, I know, but you're doing better than you think you are. Okay, next we're gonna go ahead and try out this new muffin recipe. It was applesauce oat flour muffins, and it was my first time making this, and it turned out delicious. I would do them again. They weren't overly sweet, which I actually kind of like. Don't get me wrong, I'll put down a sweet blueberry muffin or something with streusel on top, but for everyday breakfast kind of muffins, it is probably better if we're not having as much sugar, right? So this one was nice for a change to not have it be so sweet. These muffins are a healthier type muffin, so that's why I wanted to make them for breakfasts coming up. And so they have applesauce, they have oat flour, there's, I personally used avocado oil. It called for honey and some vanilla, cinnamon, eggs. It was actually a pretty basic recipe. There was nothing crazy or fancy, but I did like that the recipe called for healthier ingredients. But I do need to tell you that these muffins were a hit with my kids. But I do want to apologize for my face in this portion of the video because this is the news update. I am expecting baby number 7 and I've been feeling like hot trash. And so it was one of those days I was really wanting to make these muffins, but I wasn't feeling great. And so I was just pushing through. So hopefully you can forgive me. But again, these muffins were delicious. I will post the recipe down in the description box if you're interested. I popped these into the oven to bake, but let me tell you, as they were baking, my home smelled like apples and cinnamon, and it smelled so wonderful. And when my kids came home from school, they were so excited to see that the muffins were ready, and I let them have one as a snack after school. But here's how they turned out. They were very moist, very delicious, weren't super sweet like I had said, but they were a hit. Now I'm going to move on to prepping all my produce for the week. This really helps cut down on waste in our house, and it helps when things are already washed and ready to be consumed or cooked with or whatever. And so I just soak them in a little vinegar bath and then rinse them off, and then I put them on a clean dishcloth on my counter to dry so that they don't get put back wet. And that helps, keep some of the mold and things away. These grapes were so good. I'm looking at them and I wish they weren't gone. But I let those air dry as well, and then I pick them off and put them into a bag. I wash my strawberries and I just give them a quick little rub and rinse. And they don't need to be in the vinegar water very long, but at the end of this, I will drain the sink and you'll see how much dirt and just stuff, I don't even know, just comes off of all of this produce. It's quite interesting. So with becoming pregnant, I will say it's going to shape my content a little bit, not a whole lot. In that, as it gets closer to delivery date, which is another discussion, I am going to be still focused on food, but it's going to be more with a focus on freezer meals and kind of planning for the future me with 7 kids. So I will still be doing food content and of course decorating here and there because that's just a side hobby that I love. But I am going to have it shaped a little more around prepping ahead for freezer meals. And so I hope that that's something that still is interesting to you. You don't have to be having any number of babies to plan ahead and put meals in the freezer. It could be that, you might get sick down the road and you just want to pull out a meal, or you have sports and you need something to just pull out quick before you take your kids places, different things like that. There's always great reasons to have meals ready in the freezer. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I am due sometime at the end of September, but with my last 4 kids, I had preemie babies. They were usually born around 5 to 6 weeks. I had one that was almost 8 weeks early. So it's probably going to be closer to, or more realistically, in August is what I'm planning. And so it's going to be a crazy time because it's going to be right around the time school is starting for the next school year and wrapping up the summer. So there's going to be a lot of nesting and prepping as we get closer. But I am so glad that you joined me today. If this kind of content is your kind of content, I would love it if you subscribed and stuck around. I also am planning on doing more food, like meals and soups and things coming up. And I'm also going to be decorating for spring. So I hope to see you in my future videos. And thank you for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!